Hi, I am Thomas. Thanks for visiting my channel, Street Food. Today I'm going to take you on a tour of the newest, biggest, best, hippest street food night market in Bangkok. I'm going to share with you all my favorite foods at JODD FAIRS Night Market. Now let's go explore the JODD FAIRS Night Market. Sitting right next to Bangkok's busy Rama 9 intersection, JODD FAIRS is a new and trendy night market that serves up food, drinks, clothing, and so much more. If you're starting to get bored of the traditional markets around Thailand, then you might want to join in on the hipster vibe and atmosphere of JODD FAIRS. Away from the dark and grimy atmosphere of old traditional markets with wooden buildings and canals, JODD FAIRS is a modern market that manages to maintain a vintage retro atmosphere while keeping itself clean and organized. You'll find plenty of opportunities to drink, eat, shop, and meet new people. The JODD FAIRS Night Market is laid out into multiple sections. The front begins with an open seating area with many food trucks mostly selling drinks and alcoholic beverages and cocktails. The middle section is mostly clothing, haircuts, nail salons, and all the other assortments of typical market goods you can find. The rear of the market is dominated by various food stalls selling all sorts of street food, mainly new and trendy foods. The whole left side of the market is one long corridor filled with seafood restaurants and ling sayap, which I will talk about later on. In fact, there is a disturbingly large number of shops that sell ling sayap. The whole right side of the market is also a long corridor where you will find seating areas and food trucks selling mostly beverages. The very back of the market is also more seating area, plus more food trucks. The market really comes alive during the late evening night with plenty of cocktail and drink stalls. The market is organized into columns, so to make the most of it, walk up and down through all of the columns. It may sound confusing when I explain it, but when you're actually there, it's very intuitive. It is really a maze, but one that you'd want to get lost in exploring all the various clothing, trinkets, and food stalls. So that's the introductory stuff out of the way. Let's get to exploring Korean street food stall, Eomukguk, and Gimbap. Eomuk is a favorite comfort street food of mine. If you've been in Thailand for a while, you won't be surprised to find a multitude of Korean street food options all across Bangkok. Yes, Thailand is currently going through a Korean fever wave, and their culture has integrated tightly into our food. Crunchy, deep-fried bug. Are you brave enough to try a crunchy, deep-fried silkworm? I am not brave enough to try this. Definitely someday, but just not today, or anytime soon. But these little spawns of seitan are very popular in Southeast Asia. You can find stalls selling deep-fried insects everywhere here in Thailand. So of course, JODD FAIRS is no exception. I heard they're tasty though, and they're a cheap snack that you can eat on the go just like popcorn. In addition to being deep-fried, they're sprayed with soy sauce to add a bit of extra salty flavor. Have you ever wished that fish was a dessert? No? Yeah, same. Taiyakis are little pastries filled with sweet filling that is shaped like a fish. Don't worry, there is no actual fish in this. You can find two variants of taiyaki in Bangkok: a buttery flaky croissant, type pastry taiyaki, a pancake dense taiyaki, the more common variant. The ones at JODD FAIRS are the pancake version. You can choose from a variety of fillings from Nutella or vanilla custard to taro paste or red bean paste. You can't go wrong with a nice warm and freshly made taiyaki with that warm, fluffy, and cake, whey bread, and that nice oozing sweet filling. I ordered a taro filling and my partner ordered one with Nutella. Although we ate ours a while after it was freshly baked, it was still very tasty. Some grilled intestines and a variant that is stuffed with egg. Like every other Thao street food market, you can find grilled skewers. Pork, beef, chicken, you name it. This stall sells something quite unique, an intestine stuffed with egg. Now I've had grilled intestines before, which are awesome, but I've never had one stuffed with egg. My partner ordered a few, and of course I had to try a bite. They give you the option to pour a sweet chili sauce on it, or on the side as well. I got to say, the taste wasn't bad, but what threw me off was the texture of the egg. It was bouncy and sort of crumbly. Once I got past the texture, it was pretty tasty. Worth a try if you like grilled intestines. What's better than a mountain of meat and chilies? A larger mountain of meat and chilies. Now this is what I was saving my spice tolerance for. If you don't know, ling sayap is a modern Thai dish that is made from simmered pork spine and a deliciously spicy pork bone soup with plenty of green bird's eye chili, spicy, sour, meaty, and oh so good. The ling sayap you will find at JODD Fairs isn't just some pork bones in a bowl. Oh no, it's a mountain, like Mount Everest or Kilimanjaro. This dish makes good use of ingredients that would otherwise be thrown away. The pork spine. You'll be gnawing and picking out the meat from the bones and crevices. Yes, you have to work to get your food, but it's worth it. Plus, they provide you with plastic gloves, so no need to worry about getting your hands dirty. The broth is spicy and sour and a little meaty. If you can't handle spicy, then be careful. Eating this dish is like treading on a minefield. The meat is so tender that you can just give it a little push with your finger and it will fall right off the bone. Eat this with a plate of rice and you got yourself a satisfying meal. But what I find kind of funny is that the majority of sit-down restaurants at JODD Fairs advertise ling sayap as their highlighted dish. It's as if ling sayap was a sponsor for JODD Fairs. If you have never tried a kanam krok, then you, my friend, are missing out. Kanam krok is my favorite Thai dessert, and for good reason. It is made using coconut milk and coconut cream plus some batter. The mixture is then griddled in a krok, the griddle itself, to form this cup shape where the outside is crispy and crunchy, while the inside remains warm, creamy, and custardy. Usually, kanam krok flavors come in: corn, green onion, plain. But here they have mango sticky rice. The kanam kroks are topped with a tiny scoop of sweet sticky rice and then sprinkled with bits of chopped mango. You can order a mixed set that comes with all the flavors they have, or a plate full of only mango sticky rice flavor with which they give you an extra container of coconut cream to drizzle on. It's tasty, of course it is. It's kanam krok. Sweet, salty, imagine mango sticky rice, but all in one bit and with added coconut creaminess and a crispy crunch. Definitely a recommendation when you're at JODD Fairs. Who needs vanilla? How about baked spinach and cheese-flavored ice cream? Do you like ice cream? Of course you do. Who doesn't? Do you like your ice cream with bits of mackerel fish in it? Of course you don't. But that isn't stopping Mudang's Amphawa ice cream stall from making horrifyingly creative flavors. It feels like, in addition to normal sweet flavors, Mudang's experiments with some of the craziest combinations. Some flavors you can find available are Mu Krata, Thai-style pork barbecue, sweet and salty chili sauce with mango; salted mackerel, Krapayo Gai Kai Dao, stir-fried basil with chicken and fried egg. Strange and perhaps gross flavor combinations indeed, but it's all about having fun. The best thing is that all of Mudang's Amphawa's ice cream are homemade and the flavors rotate by season. Salty and with a pungent taste of mackerel. To some it might work, but for me, this was a hard no. But I wouldn't stop you from trying it out yourself though. I mean, where else are you going to find these types of ice cream flavors? This place is definitely a recommend go wild. Kanam krok too sweet for you? No worries, Thai krok is the savory older brother. The first thing you noticed is the huge tentacles overflowing from the griddle, didn't it? Yes, this snack is a variation of kanam krok. In Thai, kanam means snack or dessert and krok means the griddle that is used to cook the dish. So Thai krok stands for sea, food. Krok, prepared in the same way as kanam krok, minus the sweet coconut milk and cream. This snack is topped with various seafoods such as octopus, squid, shrimp, imitation crab, and mussels. It's also paired with a sweet chili sauce for you to dip them into. Hot and fresh, these things are tasty and quite filling because they give you a lot. 2 of each type of seafood, 8 pieces in total. The seafood is fresh, and the batter is slightly bouncy. I recommend you try this one out if you're looking for something filling, but don't want to commit to sitting in a restaurant. I really like the crunchy batter. The texture makes all the difference. The amount of food that they give you is also worth it for the price. A common street snack in Korea that has been brought over to Thailand, grilled halloumi cheese and takhit was the last thing I expected to see in Thailand. I've only had this snack twice and both times was in Korea, and on the same day, it was that good. This stall in JODD Fairs was quite popular, with quite a long queue of people waiting to try this snack. If you didn't know, halloumi cheese is a cheese made from goat and sheep's milk. Its texture is slightly firm and bouncy. Once grilled, it becomes very stretchy, almost like mozzarella. Take his Korean rice cake. Honestly, compared to the one I had in Korea, this was disappointing. The one I had in Korea, the taeyeok was warm and a little crunchy. The halloumi cheese was similar in texture. The snack was then drizzled with a bit of honey to give it that extra sweetness. The difference here is that the stall in JODD Fair adds kinako powder, which is a bean powder popular in Japanese snacks. It doesn't go well in my option. The kinako overpowered the taste of the cheese into Also, I think it may just be that the vendor was pressured to not keep customers waiting, but our order was not grilled long enough for the cheese to properly caramelize and melt. You'll probably have better luck than I did. Also, maybe ask them to leave out the kinako. JODD Fairs is open from 4 p.m. to midnight every day. The market activity really starts picking up around 6 p.m. when the sun is starting to set. It's also the most crowded around this time onwards. Plenty of food, shops, cocktail and bars for a nice and chilled evening spent in a trendy night market. I'm on a tight budget, so I love eating street food. It's cheap, delicious, and there are so many options to choose from. JODD Fairs is a great place to try new dishes and meet other world travelers. JODD Fairs is more than just a place to eat. It's a cultural experience where you can immerse yourself in the vibrant energy of Bangkok's night markets. You can shop for souvenirs, listen to live music, and soak up the lively atmosphere of this iconic destination. So if you're looking for an authentic Thad street food experience, be sure to visit JODD Fairs in Bangkok. You won't be disappointed. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on our food adventures. Thanks for watching.